Greetings and salutations, Internet Dozens. It is I, Wolfphototech, and here we are with another delightful video. This time I'm going to cover heroes and villains of the Silk Road. This is a OSR expansion. You can use this in any classic OSR game. It is primarily designed for ascending AC versions of OSR games. However, this is the primary system for this is Lion and Dragon, and it's specifically for the exact system and setting is Sword and Caravan. So Lion and Dragon, Sword and Caravan. However, there's a great deal many things in this book that can be utilized throughout various other OSR systems. And let's go. This happens to be published by Mad Scribe Games. As of this video, it is ranked in the top 5 for other RPGs on Amazon, and it also was ranked 15th last time I checked on Amazon in the new releases in the Dungeons and Dragons category. So here we go. Published in 2023. You happen to have the nice little opening Sword and Caravan logo here as a reminder that this happens to be specifically an expansion or a resource book for Sword and Caravan setting for Lion and Dragon. You have a lot of classic artwork from the olden times. You have a very nice table of contents. Now, the really neat thing about this table of contents is that if you quickly read it over, first and foremost, you have the credits, introduction, and then it starts out in groupings of years, as this book goes from earlier in time into more recent times for Sword and Caravan. This is all based around real-world people that had the impact in the ancient world along the Silk Road. You know, people like Genghis Khan and many others. The El-Ad-Din Takish, Shah of Burqa, Shah of Burqa. You have Amar Umar, son of Inruk Kuten. Many of these are early Asian, early Middle East names. However, you will have also people like Richard the Lionheart in here as well. Good example of the stat block for the characters is right there. As I said before, it's ascending AC. Gives you the items as well as the various save resistances, initiative, base combat skill, what kind of weapons or tools they would carry on them. And then it'll also have what age they are at the time, and recent events and noteworthy events in their life around that time. So, Conrad de Montferrat, Lord of Tyre, claimant to the throne of Jerusalem. So you have everything from Israel or early Jerusalem all the way out to China. And the book is very nice overall. Almost every page has a piece of artwork on it. You have a variety of characters. Henry, Count of Charlemagne or Champagne. Oh, Champagne. No, Champagne Valley. Enoch Kuten, Black Widow, age 46. In 1192. And then you have her stat block right here. Social class, Lord. Alignment, Chaotic. Skills, Court, +6. Service, +2. Apothecary, +5. Bureaucracy, +1. Law, +2. Cooking, +2. Forgery, +2. Languages, Persian, Turk, and Arab. HP is 15. AC is 10. Save is 15, +2 versus poison. Initiative +0, base combat +0, +2 on dagger for melee, ranged +0. She happens to have a dagger 1d4 plus poison probably in there. And the whole book, as I said, goes through the whole thing here. And it will give you adventuring cues right up here, oftentimes with each character. This is the Old Man of the Mountain. The Old Man of the Mountain is basically the leader of the assassins. So right here, you have adventure. You have a quick little history of actual history of the person in the real world, explained to the setting. And then you happen to have adventure cue right here, his stat block right here. He has an extensive stat block, by the way. And then on the next page over, as for a popular request from many people, you have a special one here. Special Assassins as an NPC class. And then you also have requirements to be assassin if you want to be an assassin. And then you have various benefits for being an assassin right down here. And then an assassin's herb, explaining it right here. And so forth. So you could... It says NPC class, but it actually would be a PC class. But it's... Yeah. You have all the information here, but you could also make it an NPC enemy as well. I think the N is a typo. If that's the case, I got a rare typo version at the beginning. But the classic rabbit decapitating a person. As I said before, there's numerous famous characters or individuals throughout this entire book. As I said, it's organized from newest to oldest. There's a date. They're all clumped by dates. So if you're running a campaign in Sword and Caravan during a particular period of time, you have the dates to organize yourself by. You go all the way to the back here. You got some Chinese emperors and famous generals throughout the whole thing. But if you go all the way back, by the way, this book happens to be over 117 pages. 119 pages, but 117. Let's get back here. You have a section on... I have to back up here. You got the... You have the appendix section, which has a quick section on Masters of the Knightly Orders. You have a section on the Knights Templar, the Hospitallers, Hospitallers, and the Teutonic Knights. And then you have a whole section on adventuring cues from page 110 all the way out to 118. Then you have a quick little section on ancient Chinese explosives. You have a nice little display example of various explosives and incendiary weapons. You got the thunderclap bombs and molten metal bombs. And there you go. If I remember correctly, this book currently sells for $24.95 or $24.99. I say that's a pretty solid deal for 118 pages. There is no reprint whatsoever in this book. That was the thing that kind of bothered me about the Wilderlands Encounters Along Silk Road, that they had just a few sections where it was reprinted with some reprinted information and some extra information added on to that. So none of that here. I would highly, if you are playing Sword and Caravan or any medieval, any authentic OSR TTRPG setting, either using not 1D&D, a D&D first edition, or using any other OSR system equivalent to it, similar to like Lion and Dragon, I would suggest going with this. On top of that, if you do not really play those and you want to skim this stuff for, say, like your 5th edition adventures, you can go ahead and do that. So I would give it a slightly lower level of ranking in that. However, if you really want to get into a little bit of history here, all the characters in here are actual people, and you have their the short life story, adventuring cues, and their stat block. And the stat block, people are going to like, oh, it's not equivalent to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This stat block right here is handy dandy for giving you a good idea as to where to go when you want to try to rebuild such a character in D&D 5th edition or any other D&D system of the olden times. So there you go. Allah ad-Din Ali, Sultan of the Gurds. You have a nice selection here. So, thank you very much. I would probably place this somewhere around the high, like the 3.75 star territory, maybe 4 stars. It is still a fairly thick book for $24.95. If you happen to be a Sword and Caravan person who plays Sword and Caravan either through Lion and Dragon or playing it through other OSR systems, this is a definite buy then. And it'll probably raise it by a 0.25 to a 4 star in that case. So it is a really nice book. Other than the tiny error where I think it says NPC is when it actually means PC, that's really minor. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a delightful day, a nice night, a wonderful weekend, a magnificent month, and see you next time. Ciao.